What's up, everybody? Don't overcomplicate helping people. We're gonna make a short but simple video to help you remember what you need to do to get things done, and most importantly, connect with the people that you're supposed to be connecting to. And this video was brought on by a few things, right? If you guys have been following, you know that I was in Bali for 2 weeks doing this really intensive 11-day training that really was like an initiation into some other stuff. And there was a lot of healing, and basically my physical body, it felt like it just needed to go on a whole other level of purging and integration, because I got so sick that I had to fly home to Philadelphia early. Hi Amanda, hi Kyle. So I had to fly home. I canceled all my plans in LA. Didn't get to record my book in the studio. I came home and I was really sick for a couple days. But here's what I did do. And this is how I got inspired to make this video. I watched a ton of documentaries. I watched more TV than I've ever watched in like the longest time. And what I came back to, I was watching this Tony Robbins documentary, which, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you've seen it. Like, everybody has seen it. Anyone that cares about growing and expanding themselves, like, it's worth watching, right? So I'm watching it, and I just got to thinking about Tony Robbins, and I thought about my teacher who's changed my life, who I always think about this. Like, I always think about Michael Beckwith, and I think, what if Michael Beckwith didn't start Agape? Like, what if he never started Agape? What if he didn't follow his call? If you've read his book, then you know that he had a lot of, I don't know, there was resistance, there was some racism, there was some stuff, there were challenges that showed up on his path. And I was like, what if he never did these things? Who would have been my teacher? Things wouldn't have worked out this way, right? And the reason I'm sharing this here with you guys is because I know that there's so many people that listen to me, that follow me, that have read my book, that are just here today and coming on later. And if this is you, I want to hear, drop an emoji or something, that you want to help people in some way, shape, or form. It's an innate desire for us to want to help people. We are here to help each other. We get caught up in our own world, playing on the internet, playing on social media. We get all caught up in like the marketing strategies and the way things are supposed to look, guys. I'm trying to tell you that a lot of this stuff is bullshit. It's bullshit. And we're going to talk about that, right? Amanda said she's here to help people. I know. So guys, if you're here to help people, just say it that you're here. And it's good to know who you're with here and to own it. I'm asking you that if you're here to help people, to own it and go all in, because I want to tell you why I feel that just you showing up in that place opens you up to a whole next level of grace in your life, and that you will be aligned with what you need to be aligned in order to help people in a whole new way. So back to when I started my business, I did not have the resources for anything, but I had one burning desire that just like spoke to me. I felt like it was tapping me on my heart. I felt like it was keeping me up at night. I feel like it was annoying the hell out of me. Hi, Erin. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Jara. Hi, Jaya. So I had this only thing, and Lydia says yes too. Okay, awesome. And Mike's on here too. Hey, Mike. So I had this thing that I just wanted to show up and serve. I didn't know what that looked like. I knew I wasn't the best person for it. I didn't feel totally qualified. I didn't like the way that I really looked on camera. I felt uncomfortable on camera. I didn't really have anyone following me online. The people that I had on my social media were just people that I went to school with, people that I used to party and do drugs with. Like, these are not my ideal clients, right? But here's what I knew. That people on the other side of social media, whether they're sharing this or not, that they have a need to get out of suffering in some way, shape, or form. There's something that is not aligned for them. There's something that doesn't feel good to them. There's something that they're hiding. Now, I'm not saying it's everybody. I'm saying that there's a majority of humans, though, that are living in the space of, what would it be like if I just changed the way that I felt about life? What would I be like if I changed the way I felt for me? About me? Like, what would shift? What if I start asking for more? What if I saw life differently? So what I knew is that I may not be the best person in the world, but I knew that I did experience a shift in consciousness. I knew that I went from looking at life this way that totally sucked, that was totally painful, and it was so uncomfortable. And I got to see life differently. And all I wanted to do was straight up help people understand that they could also have a change there. So I wasn't thinking of like, oh my God, what's the best marketing plan? Oh my God, how much Facebook ads should I use? How many times should I email them a week? I was like, let me just show up every single day, every single fucking day. And I did. And you know what? It worked. And then I started integrating other things. Jaya says, totally, the suffering game is real. It sucks. I was just talking to actually Jason Goldberg, who's friends with Jaya and me, and we were just talking about how both of us still deal with depression and feeling down and feeling doubt and all this stuff now as successful business owners, right? But it's because our mental noise is so loud and it's so real if we choose to focus on it. And that's why I'm making this video, because I want to speak to the people that are out there that just know that there's a call on their heart. They know that they're tired of working a job that doesn't feel fulfilling. They're tired of watching other people show up and serve, watching other people show up in their gifts. They're just watching other people, knowing that there's something within them that is saying, I want to do this too. Sarah, I see you, and I see you stepping out more and more, helping people and sharing your nuggets of wisdom. We don't have to be Oprah or Tony Robbins to change the world. You change a world every time you help one person. That's it, right? Now, here's the cool thing. You help one person, that person goes out into the world, their perspective shifts, they change, they bring a new energy. The ripple effect is infinite, right? It's so infinite. But if you're looking at how everyone else is doing it, you're going to stay stuck and small. The way that my business worked is because I put blinders on because I knew I didn't have money for a coach. I didn't have credit cards. I, to this day, don't have credit cards. I have like a $400 credit card. I pay for everything with cash. And if I have to, I'll borrow money. Like, I'll be like, hey, you know what? Like, I told my friends back in the day when I wanted to go to Tony Robbins, I was like, I have to really go to this. Can I borrow money and I'll give it back to you in like a month or two? Like I would do it, but I knew I didn't have the money for all this other stuff, brand strategist and shit. I just knew that I just had to focus on what I was here to do through God. God is working through people, and I was an instrument. You are an instrument. You got to decide if you're an instrument that's going to be fully in use or not. Victoria says, how long did it take you of just showing up every single day to start having it as a business? I announced my business in October of 2015, October 1st. I got my first client on December 31st, on New Year's Eve. And then I went into doing like 30-day Facebook challenges, and I started doing these things with myself to get myself to really stretch into serving. But the whole thing is our mindset and our energy. And that's really what you have to understand. The thing that you have to master in this whole game is energy. Energy. When you're in certainty, when you're in a space of showing up from love and helping people, you'll find your people. Now, was I charging that much back then as I charge now? No. I didn't believe that my time was worth as much as it is now. Now, I just raised my rates again and changed my offerings because I started realizing while I was away, like, oh my gosh, this exchange is a different value for me now. What I'm willing to exchange now, it feels different. Also, what I'm giving is a lot different, right? So I would say that in the beginning, if you just focus on, I'm here to help people, put the blinders on. If you find a coach or a mentor, like for me, I worked with a lot of spiritual practitioners. Even to this day, I've had a coach now, but for me, the inner work, the deep work, even me, when I coach people, I don't live up here. This up here, it's a small piece of it, right? So when I'm saying to just show up and serve your people, you're moving back into your heart. You're getting out of your head. You're going back into the space of, there's people I could help. I know that I can help them now. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, like, people are not looking for perfect. Now, some people are looking for perfect, and that's their own thing. Let them keep that. You show up for your people. That is totally you being authentic. I always have this saying that I want people, if they see me at the grocery store, to feel the same about me as if they saw me like here. Like, you'll probably see me looking the same, talking the same. I'm pretty similar. Do I have really great days where I'm super enthusiastic and I want to talk to everybody in the world and I'm scheduling calls and doing all the things? Yes. And then I have days where I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm fucking human. That's life. But you can't let those things get in the way of you showing up and helping the people. So going back to what I said in the beginning of this, hi Kimberly, is that I cried watching the I Am Not Your Guru video. I've already watched it a bunch of times, and here I am, sick with a sinus infection, and I turn it on and I watch this guy hugging Tony Robbins and crying, and I start crying because I'm like, I decided to write my book at a Tony Robbins event. I started thinking about Michael Beckwith and what his work has done for me. And then I started thinking about the people that have reached out to me about, you know, their work with me, and the people, hi David, and the people that have read my book and are telling me that it's impacted their family relationships and the people that they're dating. And I'm just like, this is how powerful we are. Why would we ever doubt ourselves? The other thing I started laughing about, and I talk about this on the podcast I just recorded with Jason, is how deep down I'm expecting to have a date with destiny kind of experience for Harmonious Hustle Live. It's only my first event. So I was like, our ego like wants us to have everything perfect right away. Guys, my throat right now. This is what's happening. You guys are the first, this is the first like, hold on. Shout out to my girl, Brandy, with her little woke. All right, guys, I'm not totally 100% better yet. But you see what I'm saying? The point of this video is, don't wait till you're better. You don't have to wait till you're perfect. You don't have to do your hair. You don't have to be perfect. One of the things that really helped me in my business was being okay with putting out like average stuff. As my friend Michelle told me the other day, this is really distracting now. She told me, I'm like, do I have any drinks? I don't. She was like, you gotta be okay with having B+ work. And I started thinking, I was like, the old me was okay with that. But there comes a shift in your business where you start expecting, I started expecting things to be a certain way. And you start getting a little bit in your head. And I guess when you start making $200,000, $300,000 a year, you're like, I should be there. But what I realized was I was getting so in my head about it. And now I'm just coming back home to, let me just show up for my people the way that I really want to show up for them. It doesn't need to look this kind of way or that kind of way. And I want you guys, for any of you guys that are in the business right now of helping people, and I want to challenge you, the people that are not even in the business of helping people. If you think that there's even a slight call on your heart to help people, and I'll bet that there is, because like I said, I believe that we're here to help each other. I want to give you a dare that every day this week that you share one thing that is inspirational. Don't overthink it. I want you to remember that on the other side of your Facebook app, your Instagram app, your Twitter, your whatever we use these days, there's people that are suicidal. There's people that are dealing with addiction. There's people that are dealing with great loss. There's people that are feeling trapped in relationships. There's people that are feeling like they have no one else to talk to. There's people that feel like they don't remember who they are. They want to know that they're not alone. They don't want to be reminded that they're not perfect. And you need to know that if you half-ass on this, you're losing too. You're not just keeping it from them, but you're losing too. You're losing too because it feels amazing to help other people, right? It feels amazing to help other people. And when you do that, you're opening yourself up to a next level of abundance and grace. Like, life is like, okay, you want to be an instrument for good? Perfect. Let's keep giving you ideas. Let's keep giving you insights. And this is why our energy is everything. It's everything. And that's why I invest so much money on not on money, just like going to Bali for 2 weeks when it was not even convenient and ending up sick, and the crying and the screaming and the craziness that I did in Bali. It was so that my energy could be clear. It was so that I could see myself again. It's so that I can remember why I'm here. We forget that when we get caught up in the world of what are you supposed to look like on social media? What's your marketing strategy like? What's your presentation look like? I'm here to tell you, fuck all of that. If everything else is in line and you feel really like, I want to put energy there, do it. Because that's what's juicy for you. That's where you're being called. But I want to remind you that I built a multiple six-figure business, not doing Facebook ads and all this stuff, just off of showing up and being on Zoom calls and just caring about people, just caring about them, just really wanting them to have results when they work with me, just wanting them to actually remember that they're powerful and that they're here to do big things. Now, did I really take my personal work seriously? Absolutely. One thing I never mess around with is my inner work. I want to make sure people are getting transformation. I want to make sure that I'm actually showing up and giving people something that they can chew on. Right? And so the best part about that is it's beneficial for all of us. So for you, dig deeper on your inner work. Let that be your like guiding light. Decide to dig deeper and deeper, because the deeper you dig, the bigger the transformation you're going to have, the deeper you're going to anchor into your inner authority. Your field is going to expand. Life is going to get bigger and better. Guys, I'm too sick for this, so I gotta get off of here, but I'm sending you guys so much love. Brandy says, preach that. I'm going all in as me, not sharing my voice and help others feel like I'm drowning. Yeah, girl, I dare you right now, get out there and share something. Like, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. I wanna tell you guys too, I'm putting my method out. I know I've been talking about my method, and I was doing it as full spectrum method, and we made logos, we did all these things. It just didn't feel right. And as I was in Bali and as I was doing all these things, I realized like this process I have of helping people open up to new parts of them and really meditations that are guided toward your life work. This activation method. So I'm going to be really sharing that, and I cannot wait to share it. And I'm going to bring in, I think, 2 people to do that with me for a lower price, a lower investment, because it's going to be before I actually create like all of the foundational tools around it, like workbooks and stuff. So it's something that's on my heart. But guys, yes, I'm sick and it's annoying, but I'm so much better than I was. So I just had to share this. Sending you guys so much love. Do the dare, share this with someone that needs it, and go help some people. Sending you guys lots of love. Bye.